The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now Gino on first down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Returnable for Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Lions take over first down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah,
and now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Will Dissly, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Score Seahawks 14, Lions 7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Lions take over first down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They go play action with Wilson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 27 yards there, a first down.
And the
certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Play action. Now Wilson. That's once again complete to Chark. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Loaded with talent. DJ Chark hasn't been able to stay on the field to replicate a Pro Bowl season from 2019. Detroit gave him a big one-year improvement deal to see if he can recapture that form. And he comes through here with a first down catch.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Lions had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Walker now on 1st and 10. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Here we go.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Seahawks 14, Lions 7.
Let's go now. Buffalo 18.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. is not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, Smith. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Gino now to throw. Again, that's Watkins. Touchdown! Quez Watkins. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now 21-7.
Lions 7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They go play action now. Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
First and 10.
Now Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions have come it back within a score. Extra point by Batchley, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Coming coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody... And this is... Oh, my goodness! He pulled it in one-handed. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, here's Smith. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down.
Good strong throw and catch. In this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On first down, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Hey, pass. 79 Broncos.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Quez Watkins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again is Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 4 yards remain for second down.
Ready.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Going deep here for Watkins. Touchdown! Quez Watkins on his way to a... Performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Wilson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Here's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. And my goodness, another interception. Tanner Muse with it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Play action. Now Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Davion Taylor coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot.
Under pressure, they got him again. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that because so many times you go into the half after playing well and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see. And
a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Quez Watkins, a 12-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about...
And now here is another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And this is caught by Watkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Smith. Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he's got his big tight end here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
At the 10-yard line.
60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats!
Smith throwing again. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw is Smith. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
18, Pioneer! 70 Rangers, trap 50, trap 50!
Smith now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
19 sight, 19, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Cut 19, cut 19.
They snap it to Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Quez Watkins there to make the grab. And the Seahawks start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Lions 21.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Open man right side is Shark. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
19 Lions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Okay,
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
44 yards. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
To the right side, this is Walker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They played so well throughout this entire game.
Check match. 79 Broncos. On the move, on the move.
Now on 2nd and 16. Smith. He's going to look deep for Watkins. They've got his man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A 2-yard pickup.
Throwing is Wilson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Wilson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw again is Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here is another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing now, Smith. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. From the 50, it's Smith. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as over.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Here's Raymond bringing it out.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this run of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
forward. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.